All right, people. Just a little warning here that due to that pizza buffet I ate earlier today, I now have the runs. So yeah, because that pizza I ate was really friggin' greasy. Okay. And, you know, grease plus metformin equals shit in my pants. Okay? So don't be surprised if I have to run to the fucking bathroom during this video. So now that we got that out of the way, you know, I just realized that today is fucking Baloney Arm's birthday. Wow. Yeah, so me and him got into a huge fucking fight. I don't even know when that was. I don't even remember when that was, to be honest. It was like, I want to say it was, I don't know, maybe 2011? I don't know. But yeah, I'm still kind of upset about that. It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Baloney Arm. It's also Valentine's Day, which means it's just another day for me. It's also Ash Wednesday, and you know, I went to that buffet, right? And it was all these people. It was all these people at that buffet. With the big old fucking ash on their forehead. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I forget today was Ash Wednesday, so it's like a 3 for 3 today, I guess. You know, it just hits me 3 more times, you know. 'Cause one, today is the birthday of a friend that, you know, I kind of fucked over, and I regret it. 2, it's Valentine's Day and I'm fucking single. And 3, it's Ash Wednesday and I'm not fucking Catholic. Right? So it's like right now I just have the really bad trifecta thing going on. But anyway, moving on. Some people were asking me if I had any jail stories, and while I do have some videos that talk about going to jail and my experiences there, I'd like to make another one. Okay, and I want to talk about, now don't take this the wrong way, okay? I want to talk about what I miss from jail. Okay, that's right. I'm going to talk about what I miss about jail. And don't take this don't take this as, oh, I loved being in jail. You know, don't take it like that. I didn't like it. But I'll tell you what, there were, you know, things about jail that I really did like, that I really missed. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple, not in any kind of order or anything like that. So the one thing that I really, really missed was the one thing I really, really missed about jail was it was kind of structured. You know, get up. You know, you get up. You get up. You eat breakfast. You go back to sleep for a couple hours. You get back up. You know, you go out in the common area and go back a couple times, get some lunch, go back to your room for about an hour or so, and for lockdown and shit, you know, you could sleep all day if you wanted to. I mean, it wasn't a nice thing, like, but I enjoyed the structure. Like, somebody like me needs structure in their life, you know? Like, you tell me what to do, and, you know, I can follow a structure. So, that it's structured, you know, you go out, you get some fresh air at rec, you go on the roof, you get some fresh air, you know, that kind of shit. The other thing I enjoyed, like normally in my life, I really don't read a lot in my everyday life, but in jail, I was going through books like I do underwear here. Okay, and that's the truth. I went through a bunch of books. I think I said I read like maybe 10 books in 28 days or something like that, and like a couple of those books I read in like one day. And I had to actually slow myself down, too. I had to force myself to slow down reading these books, because you can only get 2 books out a week. Okay, you can only get 2 books out a week. And so I had to, like, pace myself and actually, you know, try to get through, like, maybe like I was trying to get through like those 2 books in the week, but sometimes I'll get through like 2 of them in like 3 days, and then I wouldn't have anything else to read, you know, for like the rest of the time. So, and that was a problem in itself, because you know, you just have so much time on your hands in jail that that's all you do is fucking read, and all that time you're gonna go through books like you go through fucking water. Okay, so I mean, that's kind of a thing I missed. Like, I enjoyed like sitting down and reading a book, and that was about it. So, also the people in jail. Now, you expect that, like jail and all that, you'd expect that it was nothing but rapists and murderers and thieves, and you're probably right about that. There are a lot of those people. Now, when I was in jail, I did not witness any kind of fights. I didn't witness. I mean, I witnessed some arguing, you know, some people getting loud. But I haven't witnessed any, like, fist fights or anything like that. fist fights and whatnot. There was no man-on-man, rape action going on. I'm pretty sure that everything you see in movies and TV, it's exaggerated. They always say that, pedophiles have it the worst in jail. Some guy that fucking murdered like 10 people. You always hear stories about a guy that murdered like 10 people. Will look down on a pedophile like they're the lowest form of scum in the world. But it's not really a case in jail. It really isn't, because we had a couple pedophiles where I was, and they were treated just like anyone else, they were talked about behind their backs, but I didn't actually witness them being treated like dirt in there, so I don't know. I don't know. So the other thing I missed is, the people. Like I said, the people in there, you'd expect them to be the worst of the worst. You look at them the wrong way, and they're just looking to fucking pound you. They're just looking to fucking kill you right in jail. Like, look at me funny again and you'll see what happens, and no, that's most of the people that are in there, they're not gonna fuck with you unless you like be a complete asshole, really. That's the bottom line, They're not gonna fuck with you unless you're being a complete asshole to them. If you're going around like fucking like stealing their food or trying to like pick fights or whatever, they're not gonna like fuck with you, They'll be like, hey, you're here, we're all here because we all did something wrong, and that's the bottom line, You might be here for 20 years, I might be in here for, a month or so, and no one really gets jealous that, I'm going to be in here for like 5 years and you're getting out, a month or whatever, because you know why? The way we thought about that was, that's your time, this is my time, and, I always thought, the people in jail were the lowest, they were just the worst people. That was before I even went to jail, and, you go in there and everybody's in jail. Most of the people that are in jail are in there because of one or two things. They're either in there because of some kind of drug-related problem, or they're in there because of a woman, I was in there because of a woman, It's either violating a restraining order, or they're in there because they beat their wife, or they're in there because they got caught with weed, or they caught with this or that, and it is what it is, But, I mean, some of those guys, you know, they're probably the nicest people you'll probably meet. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's like, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. And I'll be 100% honest about this too. Okay. If I wasn't in jail, okay, and the people in jail, I probably would not ever think of that. Like, okay, let's say I was okay. If I wasn't in jail and I ran into somebody that was in jail, or I ran into somebody, you know, in the neighborhood or whatever. For example, okay, so I was actually in jail with a guy that was actually that actually lived in Lovejoy. Okay, I never met him until jail. However, if I walk past this guy on the street, I would not even like talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But because I knew him, like, because we had to be in the same place together, yeah, now I know him. And now if I see him in Lovejoy or something, we can have a conversation. You meet people that you probably will never, you know, even think about meeting, you know, in jail. Like, for example, like I'm not a religious person at all. Okay, but there's a lot of religious people in jail. There's this one guy that I might even like. There's this guy I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe he does shit at a church. Okay, he does, like, he preaches at a church or something. Or his dad did or something. See, somebody like that, I wouldn't, and normally I wouldn't even, like, associate myself with, you know, church people. Because I'm not a religious person. I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know, but, you know, since going to jail, like, I was never a religious person, but in jail, I would sit in on the Bible study. That is something that, if anybody knows me, I would never, ever consider doing outside of jail. Okay, and I think this guy's getting out like in a couple days or something, and yeah, it might not be where we go to church together, but hey, we can always go out to fucking eat or something, right? When he gets out, that's fine, but you know, like I said, you meet people that you normally wouldn't, you know, sit down and have a conversation with, you know. Like if I was, you know what I'm saying? You'd never know that, you know. What else? So what else? You know, people in jail, you know, they could either be your best friend or your enemy, you know what I'm saying? I was lucky enough that people in jail generally liked me. Let's see. When you're in jail, okay, and I didn't do this just because I knew I was getting out, you know, somewhat quickly. I was in there for about a month. I was in there for 28 days. And There's people at the holding center that's been there like 2-3 years now. So, so that's you know that's a big thing. Now, I didn't do this because I knew I was going to get out fairly quickly. Okay. They when you're in jail, you can actually get a job in jail. Okay, it doesn't. I'm going to say this or not. It does not pay very well. Okay, you get paid like way less than minimum wage. You get paid like $1 a day or some bullshit like that. But when you think about it, and here's where I'm going into the next thing that I miss. When you think about it, though, you really don't need a lot of money in jail to begin with, you know? I mean, all you would really need in jail is some money for, like, phone calls, and maybe to buy some shit on the commissary once in a while. And it leads to my next thing. You do get money in jail, like if you have a job or something. And here's the thing with that, okay? So you need some money. You don't need like $1,000, you know. You don't need to have all that money, but you know, whatever. And the thing is that if you're in there for like 3, 4, 5 years, right? And you know, you get like $1 a day or something like that. And you just save that money or whatever. How much? Let me see something here. Get out my calculator here. So let's see, 365. We're gonna assume that there's no leap years. Actually, okay. Every 4 years it's a leap year. So we'll do this. We'll add it in. 365 times 4 equals, okay, plus 366, right? So, if you get $1 a day working in jail, and you're in jail for like 5 years, you'll actually come out of jail. Because what happens is, all the money that you make goes on your commissary, and then after you buy phone calls and like fucking your little, you know, whatever you fucking need, you know, it gets deducted. But when you leave jail, okay, they when you go and pick up your shit from jail, they actually give you the money in cash that's left on the commissary. So let's say you get $1 a day and you're in there for like 5 years. Okay, you're walking out of jail with $1,826. Okay, that's probably more than you walked into jail with. Okay, and when you think about it, it's all tax-free. Okay, when you're in jail, you don't have to pay any bills. You don't have to pay any kind of you know, food, unless you buy shit off the commissary. That's different. You don't have to buy any food. You don't have to buy any. You don't have to pay for rent. You don't have to pay for bills. You don't have to pay taxes. It's all. It's just all. You know, you just work and work and work. And because you know, because that's all you're fucking doing. Like, it's just, you have all the time in the world, pretty much. That's all you're doing is working, you know, that's actually a pretty good deal. Okay? It's like, okay, I'm locked up in here. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to get paid, $1 a day. Fuck it. I might as, if I'm going to be sitting in there for 5 years with all the time in the world, I might as well just get paid. I might as well get paid for all that, $1,826. That's enough. That's pretty much enough to get started on an apartment. You know what I'm saying? You get out of jail, you can go out and find a fucking apartment, It's a good thing, whatever. Now here's the things that I don't like about jail, okay? Number one, I don't like how everything, and I mean everything is just loud and echo. You try to talk to someone and it's just so loud in there you can't even hear anything. It gets really bad sometimes. Every little thing, once it's all quiet, every little thing, you can hear a fucking pin drop in there, and it'll wake everybody up. What else? And that's everywhere you go in the jail, too. That's everywhere. Even when you go to a fucking court, that's in the courthouse, everything. Echo, echo, echo. And yeah, that was the one thing that I missed when I got out, was the peace and quiet. Okay? What else? Now, I think a lot of jail wouldn't have been as bad for me if I didn't have gravy around. Now let me explain that. The whole time I was in jail, I was worried sick about my fucking cat. My parents were going over here, they were feeding the cat, and that was a good thing. It wasn't a good thing that they stole shit out of my house while they did so and snooped. But I do applaud them for coming over here and feeding the cat. They didn't have to do that. Now, if I didn't have that cat, and because I'm not on real speaking terms with my parents right now, I'm really trying to stay out of fucking jail. Okay, just because I don't want to put my cat in that situation again. Because if I have to go to jail again for some reason I have to go back to jail, I don't know what to do with the fucking cat. Okay? Now, I am planning on maybe in the summertime or something, taking a trip to like New York City or something. I do want to do that. And it'll probably be like, it would be a couple days. It would be like about, I don't know, 5 days or a week there. So I have to actually find somebody to look after the fucking cat. At least come in here and feed the cat for like a couple days. You don't have to come. They don't have to come in here every day. But just make sure that litter's done or whatever, and that she's got food and water for a couple days. Okay, I actually gotta figure that out. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe maybe I'll invest in one of those automatic feeders for the cat, and just like you put a bunch of food in this little container, and it'll drop food like every day or something. So you don't have to keep manually going over there and feeding it. Maybe that's what I'll do. And then the cat litter, well, okay, whatever. The cat litter, she's going to have to do something with that. My cat's going to have to suffer for a couple days until I get back home. But at least I do have a solution. I really don't have a solution for the cat litter, though. That's the thing. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. Another thing I didn't like about jail was, just the whole being bounced around the different places. Like I said, we called it the Matrix. When you go to jail, okay, you get arrested. They bring you down. They put you in cuffs at my apartment. They take you down to, in this case, it was Cheektowaga police station, the jail. Take you down there. You see the judge, and if the judge lets you go, then that's fine. The judge doesn't let you go to the Erie County Holding Center, in which you have to. Yeah, here's what you do. You get arrested. They take you down to the what do you call it? The thing there, the police station. They put you in a cell. You probably spend the night there, and you see the judge. So you go from the cell to the judge, then it's to the judge. If the judge releases you, then you just leave. And if he doesn't, then you go from the judge back to the cell. You sit there for a couple hours. Then it's the cell to the fucking transport vehicle. The transport vehicle takes you downtown the Erie County Holding Center. From the transport, you're booked there, and then you go sit in what they call the bullpen, and it's just a bunch of guys sitting around, and then they take you from the bullpen, to I don't even know what the fuck it's called. It's this place. It has bars, it has a bed, and they just put you in there, and the whole place smells like fucking urine. They don't clean it. I don't think they do. But you go from there to, after a couple hours down there, you go from there to a unit. And from that unit, that's where you stay. And then you stay there, and whenever you have court, what do? They get you up real early, and you go from your unit downstairs, and you sit in the bullpen for like hours upon hours, and then you go from the bullpen to the transport to Cheektowaga, and then you sit in Cheektowaga cell for hours, and then you see the judge, and then you go back to your cell in Cheektowaga till the transport comes. Then it's a transport to back to. And if the judge releases you that day, well, you have to go back to Erie County Holding Center to be released. So even if the judge releases you, you still have to go back to the cell at Cheektowaga, wait for a transport to bring you back down to Erie County Holding Center, and then from there you sit in the bullpen, and then they release you from there. And that's what I didn't like. It's like you could mainstream, you could streamline. You can streamline this whole process and make it more efficient, you know? And that's the whole thing I'm thinking about. You could make this so much more streamlined, but they won't. Because I guess they're trying to, it's not supposed to be easy in jail. That's the whole thing. So you're going to get bounced around from cell to bullpen to fucking, you know, you just get bounced around the cell to cell to cell, and well, once you're in your fucking unit, you're fine, you know. But it's just that whole thing. And now the other thing I don't like about jail is just the whole uncertainty thing. The first time I went to court, I was in there 2 weeks, and I go to court. I was like, oh man, I'm getting out today. Oh man. And I was wrong. I was going to be in there for another fucking 2 weeks. And so the next time I had to go to court, I was like, I don't know if they're going to let me out. And sure enough, they let me out. So I'm glad for that I was out. But it's just the whole uncertainty thing. Am I gonna stay here for years, or I'm gonna get out in a couple days, or what? Hi, Gravy. Hi, Gravy. But I mean, that's what I don't like about jail. It's the whole uncertainty thing. You know, somebody said it. Somebody in jail said it the best. You know, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Yes turns into no real quick, and you know, no turns into yes even quicker. You know, what you think is going to happen doesn't necessarily always happen. You know, it could be you. You know, you could be part of the problem, or it can be the lawyer that can be part of. You know, a lawyer can have a fucking power trip with the fucking judge, and all of a sudden now you're in there for another fucking month because the fucking lawyer decided he wanted to fucking mouth off to the judge or something. And in that instance, you have no control over that. It's that whole you have no control kind of thing that I don't like. That whole uncertainty thing. But I'm just talking honest here. Hi, Gravy. The other thing I don't like is the fucking showers. Yeah, the showers. Now, here's the thing, okay? Whenever you see shit on TV about jail and whatnot, you always see the whole thing where, oh, you're gonna be showering in a big fucking room with a bunch of naked dudes around. That's not what happens. That's not what happens in jail. What it is, it's there's like little fucking showers in jail, and all it is just a little fucking room, and you just go in there. It's a single, you know, shower thing, and it's a door you close. You get some kind of privacy. I mean, people can look in, but you're only like, it's almost like, what do you call it? It's almost like a, oh, what do you call it? Like a public bathroom kind of thing. Like you walk into a bathroom stall, and you have that door that, you know, that you close. It's kind of like that. Like you could see, like you can look under and see feet, and you can also see over the door, and you could probably see somebody's head or something. So it's like that. It's almost similar to a bathroom stall. Like imagine a bathroom stall with a shower in it. That's a jail shower. But the thing I didn't like was that the water in there, and this is me kind of funny, the water was always like burning hot. Like it was literally like super fucking hot all the time. Like this shit was like boiling hot. Okay, and I wasn't the only one that was bitching about it either. Hi, Gravy. There's people in there that was bitching too, and it was so bad. You can't even like get in direct contact with the fucking water because it was so hot. Like you have to kind of like go like this and try to like quickly do it because it was so hot. You couldn't bear to be under that thing. And not only was it hot, but the water pressure was so his water pressure was so hard that it was just you know, bombarding you with hot water. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just such a high water pressure. Like imagine getting hit with like a hose. Okay, but it was like scalding hot water coming out of that thing, and there was no way you could actually control it. It was like there's no knobs or what it is you go in there and you hit a button on the wall. It's this little button on the wall that you hit, and it turns on the shower for like a couple seconds, like 10 seconds or something. And you have to constantly keep hitting this button on the wall to do that. And I thought that was kind of weird. Like, why not just give us a fucking knob, you know? They have their reasons, but I don't know. The button thing was kind of weird. It's the same thing with everything that's in there. The toilets have, they don't have a flush on them. They have a button that you have to like push in with all your might in order to get that thing to flush. The sinks, they don't have knobs on the sinks. Instead, they have a fucking button. They have a button that you have to push in with all your might to get water out of the sink. I don't know why they do it that way. And they didn't have stainless steel toilets. The stainless steel toilet thing was in the Cheektowaga cell. Oh, when I had a cell in Cheektowaga jail for like overnight before you see the judge, they had the stainless steel toilet. The one that was at the Erie County Holding Center wasn't stainless steel. It was like a regular porcelain toilet. However, it didn't have a seat on it. It just, you sat right on, you did the porcelain plunge. And somebody told me that those what do you call it? Those Somebody told me that those toilets don't have seats on them because if they had seats on them, you can make wine in the toilet or something like that. I don't know. I think that's what they said. Like, because you get like apples and other kinds of fruit, and you can make wine out of it somehow. And that's why I don't have the seats on. I gotta go take a dump.